And today's guests, we've got the man Tommy Robinson and Mo Rami. How are you guys?
Good, mate. I'm good.
I've done a lot of podcasts, Tommy. I've done a few with yourself now, but people's always asked you to sit across with a Muslim man as well. But you two have got a lot in common. That for people to understand that you've actually saved Mo's life, basically.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say I've saved his life.
You know, I'd say you played a part in saving me from a lot of grief.
Yeah,
The MP might not agree with it, but I think it is what it is. But you did.
Yeah, but
So Mo himself is saying, Mo is a Muslim, he's saying you saved me from a lot of grief.
obviously, everybody always tells you with that racist brush.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, but with what you've done here, there's got to be some sort of credit as well, because you were involved in a grooming gang with a young girl, 12 years old, travelling around the world with her.
Yeah.
Your whole life was distraught. This girl put a post out on Facebook. It was shared over 100,000 times. All the celebrities were sharing it, and it turned out that the girl was just a nutcase. That she's destroyed your life, your kids, self-harming. That, and the only person who tried to do the right thing was yourself. That for people to call you a racist, you could have easily have walked away from that. So there's got to be some sort of credit that you stood by this man. Why?
I wouldn't say I need credit, because my job was to go up and report the truth. I went up there with an intention of getting him, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, my intention was, so I travelled to Barrow. The case was put up. A girl put up online saying it fitted everything. She named the same cities. I've been a victim of these grooming gangs. There's been a cover up. I'm finally coming true. She's beaten black and blue in the images. It was a terrible looking image, and it fitted the narrative of what's been going on in most towns and cities, the cover ups in most towns and cities, and the girl's put straight in jail. So at that point, everyone's like, what's going on? This is a big cover-up. I travelled up there. I got to Barrow and I started asking around, and I found out about a boy who she'd falsely accused of rape, and a boy called Jordan. And I went to his house, and that's the first thing I'd done. I went to his house. I said, tell me what happened. And she'd ruined his life. He spent 4 months in jail. She got him remanded. She made Snapchat accounts. So the reason why I got remanded, and when I started reading I read everything. I read everything, the whole case that he had. She was laying on the floor nearly unconscious. And
So he goes into the details of how he figured out that the whole thing is wrong, but like I'm not going to go over the details. I just want to show you some of the. Let's go to the 32-minute part where Mo is explaining how devastating this was to his life, and this, and then I will get to the heartwarming parts. Okay, so listen to this. This is where Mo explains when his son came to him and told his dad that that saying, "Daddy, they're calling you a pedo." So listen to this. Imagine how devastating that is. That your own son is coming up to you and telling and noticing what the people are calling you. Listen to this.
Before we're dealing with my son in this state. Then they arrested me 7/7/19. Then 2 weeks later, he had a meltdown and he just didn't want to be there. And his dad, let's move. Nicola's there, my mate Jonathan's there, and we're just like, and that was it. And seeing him, going back, and I just felt like what have I done? I've brought my kids to my life. I've missed out on the last 4 years, 5 years when I got married again, when I got with Nicola. I've lost out on their life 4 or 5 years, which to me is my massive part. And I bring him here, and now what have I done to the kid? Why is he going through this pain? And that to me it just made me feel shit, man. That was.
Oh, he's crying. Look at his tears coming out.
That keeps getting to me. And then I went on war. I went on a battle. I went survival, really. It was survival. Then I'm not gonna, your dad's been, Dad, you've been called a pedo. Dad, you've been called a pedo. That's what he said to me. And it hurts you when your son.
Isn't that the most devastating thing? Like, imagine your own child, your own son, daddy's being called a pedo. Holy crap. That's a freaking nightmare. Right? And this woman who was doing the false accusation, Susanna, saying, yeah, she literally abused herself to take the photos to frame innocent men because she wanted attention so badly. That woman was ruining this person's life, right? But now let's go to the 45-minute mark where Tommy is talking about here.
When it's gone on again with multiple other victims. But as I said, I couldn't find any other victims. in Barrow, and I spent time there and spoke to everyone and was questioning everyone. And the lies, yeah. So Jordan Trengrove, she falsely accused him of rape, sets him up, creates evidence. When they find out it's all fake, they come and bring him to court. He gets discharged from the court, and that's when they arrest her. So I went to the demonstration that was going on. And
So that's the first demonstration.
First demonstration.
Found out she was getting to jail. Did you know she was getting
we
charged?
had no. I didn't even know she was getting done for perverting the course of justice.
Did you know this?
I knew, yeah, I knew, and I didn't know Mo. So I knew all these other names.
Yeah.
But I didn't know about Mo till after when I come to your house that day. I found out.
Yeah. I think a
found
week or so you were looking
Yeah, when
into
I got the files like that given to me.
When did she get charged with that?
Ages before, wasn't it? No, I see what I think. That's when I looked at it. I thought, you falsely accused 3 men of rape, yeah? Now you're getting done for it. So what fits? The day before, like, you know this charge is coming. She knows what she's done. It was Muslims, and they trafficked me. That's what I thought. Well, that's clever, because now you got the public support, yeah. Whereas
So he was suspicious because she's saying, "Oh, Muslims," because to get public support. So Tommy was suspicious of it, like, "Oh, you're being."
that's
clever.
the reason why you've said these men raped you. That's what I thought. That's what I was trying to. But many times I was going down different paths, thinking, "What's she doing? What is this? Has this gone on? Why's she done that?" But then my main concern was, this is going to discredit many victims. This is going to be a absolute catastrophe for victims of sexual exploitation in towns and cities that have happened in control of Muslim gangs. Yeah, that's my thing. I thought, this is terrible. Yeah, that's terrible. Their life's fucked off it, and I don't think any media who could have come out. There were no restrictions. They could have come out and made it very clear to people what had gone on previously to this. The dad, the mum knew what had gone on. A lot of people in that town knew what had gone on, but no one mentioned it. So the way it looked, no one knew she'd falsely accused other men. No one knew. Everyone thought when they were reading false accusations, she's in prison for false accusations. They all think it's false accusations against Mo Rami, Muslim man, Muslim business, Muslim business. So that's the way it was portrayed to the whole British public, and not the British public, the world's public. The world.
Rwanda. It went to Rwanda. There's on YouTube. I can't believe it. Somebody sent me a link, and there's like 4 Rwanda guys, and they're doing
Justice for Ellie.
Justice for Ellie. We're doing a dance, man. We're doing the walk, and I'm like, you are. I just looked at Nicola. I said, love. So fucking in Rwanda, right?
what they
It's
say.
ridiculous.
Life spreads around the world.
How difficult is it going to be now, though, Tommy, for exposing grooming gangs, and you always been at the forefront? That how does that then change your motives to then your journalism kind of
It
thing?
doesn't change mine. I just hope it doesn't. And
But it can affect it because people will then use this card that
it's fake.
yeah.
Well, it's opened the door to that now. Well,
Yeah, it has
definitely.
It's opened the
100%.
door to it. But what it's also done is has the opportunity to give a voice to men, Muslim or non-Muslim, who have been
Yes.
in this position, who are up and down the country. Lots of men are in this position.
Yeah.
Lots of men.
See, this is, I don't know. He's just he's so fair. He's like, aren't you afraid that this case is going to make a lot of people dismiss all these other cases that the Muslim grooming gangs are doing these to girls? He's like, his priorities is that, men, Muslim or non-Muslim, it doesn't matter. The false accusation, it has given, he cares about men being falsely accused as well, regardless of them being Muslim or not, right? So let's go to the 54-minute part, because I want to make sure there's a part of this that is so heartwarming. I want to get to that, but this one is not that yet. This one is, I like this part because it shows that Tommy really understands the difference between being anti-Islam and being anti-Muslim. I know, and I don't know why so many people struggle with it. And to be honest, even Mo here struggles with it, like doesn't understand that. But Tommy, it's a pretty simple concept, and people don't get it, but Tommy gets it. And I wanted to highlight this part because a lot of you guys, when I say I'm anti-Islam, but I'm not anti-Muslim, they're like, psh, Armin is not, strong enough, is not standing strong enough against Muslim. Armin is a Muslim sympathizer. So because you guys don't understand, but a lot of you agree with Tommy, I will let Tommy show you how to be anti-Islam, but not anti-Muslim. So let's play this
Prayer
part.
you do. And I said, God, I know I've done that, right? Oh, and again, that. Please forgive me on that, but I haven't done this, what they're saying. I've not done this. So I'm afraid faith is blind. I believe in God. Allah and I don't push on anybody. It's my belief. You know, I'm a Western man as well, living in a Western society. So I've got my balance of my religion and my culture.
See, so like I'm a Western, yeah, I am a Muslim, I am a believing man, but I'm a Western man. So see, this is what I'm talking about. He sees himself as a Western man, so he has the identity of being a Westerner. You know, it's not a
I
contradiction.
haven't done this. That's what they're saying. I've not done this. So I'm afraid faith is blind. I believe in God. Allah and I don't push on anybody. It's my belief. You know, I'm a Western man as well, living in a Western society. So I've got my balance of my religion and my culture and my culture.
My religion and my culture, he's separating them.
I've got my parents' culture. I've got the tradition. I've got values. I've got morals, and I've got my religion. And I think if you
See, his culture is British culture. Like I have my values, and then I have my religion. So his religion is not his culture. He separated that from his.
You know, if you put it all together, it's a very good concoction. But it's how you misinterpret it. It's how you interpret it. If I want to misinterpret it, you know, I don't agree with the radicalisms. I don't agree with anything that's radical. Or, you know, the bombings and the killings. No, that's totally wrong. That is Islam does not say that, and you know that as well, somewhere.
It does at times, mate.
We
disagree now.
It worked.
Let's do another one.
See, this is the beauty. This few seconds. So he's a Muslim, okay, and he's wrong about Islam, okay, and we could love him even though he's wrong. So he's a good man. He has British values. He has moral. He's a moral man. He thinks Islam is not bad, and he's wrong about that. And Tommy defend this man. He likes this man. They're friends with each other, but they disagree. And it's okay. They just disagree. I disagree with this Mo. I love this. I love Mo. Okay, and I disagree with him. He says Islam doesn't teach that, and Tommy says it does. And they both laugh about it. They don't make this disagreement a reason for them to be against each other. Mo thinks Islam doesn't teach that. Tommy doesn't agree with that. Tommy is like, it does teach that. And they both laugh. So Tommy is not to be friend with a Muslim. He's not giving up his position against Islam to be friends with the Muslim. And also the Muslim guy, even though he knows Tommy is fully anti-Islam and he thinks Tommy is wrong about that, but they're both laughing about this disagreement. This is what we want. Look at this is such a beautiful moment. I just have to play it again. I'm sorry, I have to play this moment again. The moment where he says Islam doesn't teach that, and Tommy says it does, and they both laugh about it because this is a disagreement that they're going to have. It's just such a beautiful moment. I just have to play.
My culture. I've got my parents' culture. I've got the tradition. I've got values. I've got morals, and I've got my religion. And I think if you put it all together, it's a very good concoction. But it's how you misinterpret it. It's how you interpret it. If I want to misinterpret.
So he thinks it's based on the interpretation. He thinks that radicals are interpreting Islam wrong, and he's interpreting Islam correctly. However, he's incorrect about that, right? But it's okay. We can still love him. We don't need to make agreement. Listen to this. We don't need to make agreement and condition for friendship. We don't need to make agreement a condition for unity and working with each other. And we don't need to make agreement a condition to celebrate you as a citizen of this country.
You know, I don't agree with the radicalisms. I don't agree with anything that's radical. Or, you know, the bombings and the killings. No, that's totally wrong. That is Islam does not say that, and you know that as well, somewhere.
It does at times, mate. We disagree now.
It worked.
Let's do another one. Joe, when I went through,
See, like guys, like a lot of you come here on this channel, like, you know, for example, a lot of you support me. Some of you are Hindu, some of you are Christian, and you agree with my anti-Islam position. And then when I say something about Hinduism or Christianity, you get really upset with me, right? But why can't we have this attitude with each other, right? I'm an atheist. I'm an anti-religion atheist. You know, I think Christianity is wrong, or Hinduism is wrong, or Islam is wrong. You guys don't. We have that disagreement. And look, Tommy thinks Islam promotes radicalism. This Muslim guy doesn't. They're friends with each other. we could have these disagreements and still get along.
When I started looking at him, I went through all of his Facebook and I went back years.
Yeah.
And I found he was very pro. He had Winston Churchill quotes. He was celebrating when it was St. George's Day. Any event, he's sort of like, he was pro, yeah, which he was very
Also says like this guy's a patriot. This is a Muslim patriot. He likes when he celebrates British values, British history.
patriotic. He come across as very patriotic. And then I come across, and he's standing there with this. It was hilarious for me because I'm looking through, and this is years before. And his name, everyone knows him as Rami. He's wearing mare chains. When I'm standing as an MEP, he's got his mare chains on and he's called himself Rami Robinson. Yeah? This is years before. He's not mugging me off. Mugging me off years before. I'm looking through thinking, you cheeky fucker. Who's this cheeky fucker?
I actually changed my name. That was on the
changed your name on
I
Facebook?
changed book as well for about 6 months. I kept it as Rami Robinson.
So he's on a wind-up, yeah? So he's on, but that's his character, as you can see.
With being with Rami, like, how has it changed anything with you? Like, has it changed certain people, certain beliefs? Like, because obviously, look, he's a good guy. He's made his mistakes. He's fucked up. He admits that, like, as well.
People always presume that I judge all Muslims as one big group. Yeah.
Yeah.
I talk about Islam. I separate the ideology from the people. Many of the times I've met some of my best mates are Muslim. Lots of the people I love growing up are Muslim. Yeah. So, but people have this opinion that I just automatically hate Muslims. Yeah. Because of the English Defence League, because of my stance on the religion, because of these things. So, meeting Mo was just it confirmed that. It confirmed how important it is that accusations are not made against people without every bit of evidence, which everyone does.
See, what else could you ask for? Even if he's wrong, what else could you ask for? As long as we accept each other, as long as we treat each other well, if we have different views about things, and we could talk about it. We could talk about our disagreements. We don't have to hate each other for our disagreements. The only thing that we should be standing against is against people who wish us ill or here to harm us. But when it comes to ideas, why can't we just accept each other's disagreement and just stand united with our disagreements against those people who wish us harm? So let me take another part of this is the most heartwarming part of the video that I wanted to show you guys. Let's go to the 1 hour and 30-second mark. Let's play this part.
Yeah. But you know what it was? When he said to me, come home.
So do you remember how I told you how Tommy gets emotionally affected when he sees other people's families? So this part, let me actually read it to you so you know what's happening, because I know some of the accent, you guys might not understand what's happening. So I will give you the context, then I will play it, right? So when Tommy first visits Mo's house, he notices the effect the false accusations have had on most children. So Tommy's empathy is evident as he asks about how the situation has impacted Mo's family, showing that he's not just interested in the story, but also in the well-being of those involved. Yeah, Tommy always has a soft spot for people's family. So this is Mo is now explaining this when he noticed this. So watch this.
We sat down, it's like me saying I even had to shave my hair off. I had to look like a thug meeting Tommy Robinson on my hair. I had to go shave my hair. I even bought a hoodie that day. I don't wear hoodies. This is my normal dress sense. I had to, because I'm meeting Tommy. I had got my hair shaved, got a hoodie. I thought, I look the part.
What's in that?
Mental. But you know what? It's what you just said earlier. And when he sat in my living room and he looked over at my kids and everything, and he just, because you were with the horses. And by the time you come back, and just me and my boys there, they're downstairs. He walks in, and we've had that bloody thing at the door. He shook my hand, shook the kids' hands, and he just looked at it and walked up. First, he complimented. He goes, "Nice house, man. Like it."
That's your interior designer. I know why now.
And he just stood and looked at my boys. He didn't speak to me. He just stood and looked at my lads. And this is where I judge from a man's character. When he looked at my lads, I thought, is he weighing them up? Is he going to be a scuffle in my room? No, he just looked and he says, I want to sit down. He goes, how's it affected them? That's his opening line in my front room. I think it was something along the line, how they're doing.
Why?
Because I know how it affects mine. So I know how, when people lying about me, I think that's affecting my kids. When the media print a story that's bullshit, it's affecting my kids. So I've already know that there's certainly big discrepancies and possibilities that this is a lie. And then you've got families, and then I look and think, how do you do it as a kid? I probably still don't even know if they know how how they've dealt with it or really took in the adverse effect of it. Because that's the worst thing you could ever be called. And every young boy looks up to their dad. So to him, that's his hero. Yeah. No matter what, no matter even if you do wrong, you're your son's hero. So your hero's now being called a nonce by the whole town.
Is that still something you struggle with?
To be honest with
I don't know what else to say, man. If you think Tommy is still a racist, actually, let me play this part. If you still think Tommy is a racist, it's so unfair how different Tommy is from how they try to portray him. It's like night and day. Is like so far away from how this man actually is. So listen to this part. So this is more explaining how he doesn't see Tommy as racist.
Welcome to journalism.
So somebody who's came at the forefront and stood by your side when everybody else turned their back, that when you see Tommy getting attacked, how do you feel?
oh, well, I now when the people call him racist, I stand up for that. I'll challenge that. I question it. Anybody that I know, and I've said to, I will stand up anywhere and say Tommy's not racist. Don't say that. It's not true. And he's got his views on the Islam thing. We're still into talking negotiations. Maybe I might persuade him to change certain views.
Nah. I'll make you an apostate before that happens. But having a view, if I've
Oh, that's so like he's trying to change his views on Islam. Tom is like, no, you're not going to change my views. I'm going to make you an apostate before that happens. And they're both, and this is the most important part. They're both laughing about it. Why can't we have that? Why can't we have this?
I'm about to back up with Andrew Tate.
I know, I'm waiting for that. That's what I was lining up. Me and Andrew Tate to have the clash.
But no, you know what? That's his thing. I don't think if you understand what he goes against it when he talks about Islam and Muslims, he goes about the radicals. He ain't talking about a Muslim like me. He ain't talking about a Muslim like my son. He ain't talking about us normal, real Muslims. He's talking about the radical Muslims. And that, I would stand with him if he was going there. You know, as long as he doesn't go to the degree of burning a Quran or anything, then, you know what I mean? It's wrong. You know what I mean? But
so if he's against Islam or the Quran, or if he wants to burn the Quran, I burn the Quran. He's saying that's wrong, okay? But it's not wrong enough to ruin their friendship. He just calls it as wrong. Just like I support Tommy, and then when Tommy has like these conspiracy theory tendencies, I'm like, that's wrong. Does that mean that I don't agree with Tommy? No, I just have that disagreement with that, and that's wrong. That's fine. People are wrong. Everybody is wrong about something.
Just having respect, and I think it's like I watched his video the other day, and I think Tommy's maturing himself with his way he used to handle his campaigns.
It's not just against that. I mean, as an anti-Islam advocate, it's not just that we're against the radicals, right? We're against the radicals. Obviously, we're against anybody who's bad, right? Any bad person. But we're against Islam as an ideology. Okay, what does it mean that we're against Islam as an ideology? That doesn't mean that if you believe in Islam, we're against you. Okay, because it's okay. It's not okay. It's not criminal to be wrong. It's not immoral to be wrong. You're not a bad person for being wrong. If you could be a good person and be in favor of an ideology that I'm against, right? So it's not just like a lot of like more good Muslims, when I try to explain to them how I'm not against them individually, they were like, oh, okay, so you're just against the radical Muslims. Well, no, I'm also against Islam as a whole, but that doesn't mean I'm against you. Okay? I mean, that's so easy to understand.
Did you go and deal with them? And that's him now going in. He's becoming more professional.
Yeah,
You know why that's so hard to understand for people? Because I don't see, you're not Islam, because a lot of people think their ideology is who they are. So when I tell them I'm against Islam, they think like, oh, so you're against me? I'm like, no, like, how could you be against, I'm a Muslim, so how are you not against me? Well, because Islam is an ideology. You're so much more than Islam. You are not, that's just your view, I don't know how to explain this, because after so many years, people still don't understand how we separate the ideology from the individuals. And after all these years, people still don't understand that. And I don't know what else to do to make people understand that.
Deal with things through anger, Tommy, if I'm honest. I watched you down in London at the weekend.